Radzin, Poland, 1930. This is where it all began. Shirley Frankel, the second youngest of 7 children, lived together with her Jewish family until 1942. She would visit school each day just as any normal child would. Then the war broke out. She was separated from her parents when they were taken away to Treblinka, a death camp. This was the last time she would feel the warm hugs of her parents. As the war went on, she was separated from several other members of her family. Her only security lied with her 2 sisters, Hella and Fella. These 3 sisters would stick together no matter what. Shirley expressed extreme gratefulness for this unbreakable sisterhood. When living in the ghetto in Minziretz, Shirley followed her sisters up to the attic of their house at 9 years old. Her sisters told her to stretch her legs up there, but they used it as a hiding place. This is how they survived. They laid in the attic with others for 21 days. Hella took care of Shirley and Fella when they became extremely ill with typhus in the ghetto, while they suffered from unbearable high fevers and coughs. Hella cared for them and brought water for them frequently. They were later transferred to Majdanek, a concentration camp in Lublin. The conditions in this camp were horrific. They were given 1 piece of bread for food each day. The sisters separated from Shirley in the selection lines when Hella and Fella went into the showers and came out. Shirley was in a different line from them and could sense that something was wrong. Her sisters assumed this would be the last time they would be able to see each other. An SS officer asked Shirley, "How old are you?" Shirley, standing on the tips of her toes, exclaimed, 12. With her convincing skills, Shirley was allowed to switch into the other line, saving her life. Later on, all of the people in the camp were separated into lines again. An SS officer called out, "Who has a profession?" Fella raised her hand and told her that they all knew how to sew. They were transported to work in factories. This profession saved their lives. They were able to stick together. They were brought into an ammunition camp where Hella and Fella made ammunition with the heavy machinery in the factory. Due to Shirley's young age, she did not work in the factory, but worked to put in screws that would go to the oven to dry. She did not have to work for the whole day. She worked until 3 p.m. each day. Shirley did not think of hope throughout her experience. Her main focus was survival, which was aided through the company of her sisters. They helped each other through each hardship. She was liberated in Częstochowa and moved to New York with the aid of an organization that helped take people from concentration camps to the United States. Carl Frankel met Shirley in Toronto. Shirley had family in Toronto, and she went over to their house for a special Passover Seder, where Carl and Shirley were set up to meet. After the family asked Shirley to stay in Toronto, Carl convinced her to move back to the United States with him. Here, Carl worked hard at the Alvarado Electric Company and later made a business with his friend Sam Steinberg called K&S Electric. Carl and Shirley had 4 children, Jeffrey, Rosalie, Susan, and my father, Craig. Shirley Frankel has taught me to appreciate my life and everything I have so much more. I'm so lucky to be able to live with all of my family members without worrying about what will happen to me the next day. Additionally, I have learned that determination pays off. Shirley Frankel is my hero.
I don't remember having hope. I just didn't think of much. I'm just happy to be alive.